South Texas Amateur Tour Podcast, The Power Hour, with your hosts, Travis Silkowski, Michael Tomanuelian, Casey Graham, Jason Bird, and Brad Gilbert.
What is going on? Good evening, South Texas Amateur Tour golfers. Hope everyone is having a great night. It is 7:33 Wednesday, December 11th. We are officially 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away today from Christmas. Have you been naughty? Have you been nice? Have you been dirty? Um, you can be a great many things. More than likely, you're still going to get a present. Uh, But I mean, here we are. The present of we get to play golf all year round in Texas. Some of us haven't touched our clubs for a while. I hadn't hit golf balls for 2 whole weeks. I hit golf balls today for the first time. So that was pretty exciting. I am getting re-engaged with golf. I took a couple of weeks off, focused on doing some other stuff, and ready to jump back into golf. But here we are, guys. Um, we are 2 weeks away from Christmas. That puts us 3.5 weeks away or so from Mission Del Lago, the kickoff of 2025 at Monster Day. So cool. 35 teams already signed up. We're more than halfway there. I would imagine by Christmas we will be sold out, which is really, really cool. Um, so lots to be excited about, lots to look forward to, and I am excited to be joined tonight by the boys. These shows are a little bit shorter during the off season, during these last month and a half, 2 months before we go back to full time in spring season 2025. But joining me tonight, as always, Officer Brad Gilbert. I just
Indeed.
with the mustache, man. It's fantastic.
It's
It's
official. I'm not shaving it ever again.
you shouldn't. You really shouldn't. It's just such a good look for you.
I appreciate it.
Uh,
It covers most of everything, which is good. So
I've got a little bit of I haven't shaved in maybe like 4 or 5 days, and I finally let myself not shave. I'm like, Cindy, I am not. I'm not working basically the month of December. I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna shave.
looks
Like,
manly.
just
I like it.
I feel manly.
I like it.
Speaking of manly, a man who needs no introduction.
Stop now.
No.
Oh, stop.
Ooh.
Oh, stop!
Oh,
The most
stop it.
you silly goose.
You guys. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's December 11th already. Oh, my goodness.
How did that happen?
24 days only to Monster Day. Holy cow. How cool is that?
How did that happen?
Yeah.
How's everybody's off season going? I know you hit some balls today and practiced. Brad plays golf and takes lessons and has
Oh,
a
yeah.
TrackMan and is trying
I
to
was-
get better and all that good stuff.
I was gonna tell Brad. I'm like, I was gonna say we need to get a new intro video, because Brad's swing in that
Yeah.
video looks nothing like what my boy's swing
Yeah.
is right
Mine-
now.
Completely
Very
different. Yeah. And I've been making a lot of changes the last couple of weeks too, so I'm really excited. Hitting it good right now.
I mean, that's got to be a good feeling. Like I said, I hadn't touched my clubs in 2 weeks. I was glad to see the magic was still there, and did a little bit of chipping, did a little bit of putting. I'm like, okay, I'm actively re-engaged.
That's
Cindy
awesome.
looked at. I had been out of it the last couple of weeks. I said I'm not going to touch my clubs. I played 9 holes at River Crossing with Travis, and I didn't touch my clubs again. And Cindy, like 2 days ago, was like, you have been really just out of sorts. You've been a little depressed, whatever. She's like, when was the last time you hit golf balls? And I told her, I'm like, I have made the conscious effort to try not to and just kind of let myself do other things. She's like, you have screwed up your daily routine so badly. It is literally ruining your life.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah.
And MD and I were just talking about that earlier
Sherman!
today. What's up, Mike Sherman? I sent him a text message today.
What's up?
In
Fucking
response
love
to his
Sherman.
text message that he sent me yesterday. What up to everybody watching from Missouri, the tour travels.
What's up, Missouri?
Good job, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. MD and I were just talking about that on the 2025 podcast. We want to dive a little bit more into our daily lives and how our daily lives not necessarily involve the tour, but certainly involve golf, right? And how golf translates to other aspects of our life, and how, lessons learned on the golf course transition to life, blah, blah, blah. All of those cliche things, of course.
For sure.
But we certainly want to talk about that. And we are knee deep in the off season, so it's certainly a good time to do that. How's soccer practice going for you, Brad Gilbert, or is soccer over now?
Yeah, it's in the in between season now. Soccer's done. Actually, has one practice tomorrow, but I just got back from his basketball game, so we got like 4 or 5 more basketball games.
Does he have? I remember when he broke his arm. How is that all?
That's the youngest one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm all.
So
over the place.
we're going back Friday to make sure he's going to get one more X-ray to make sure the bone's healed properly, and I think he's going to be 100% after Friday. So hopefully,
There you go.
Yeah, hopefully that's the case.
How many children do you have?
3.
Okay, all right. That's the information that I was missing.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I thought there was just 2, and I know there was a daughter in there.
Yeah.
So
I know Emma.
She's yeah, exactly. Emma's the.
I can't forget Emma.
Yeah. So I got a 7th, and 8th, and a 9th grader right now.
Jeez,
And
what a lineup!
yeah.
bam, eh? Holy
Yeah.
cow!
If the 7th grader didn't break his arm in football, he would have been, playing basketball right now. So it'd have been 3 different sports, and it's crazy time. But man, I freaking love it. I can't remember my life before kids, and it's awesome.
Do you remember what I mean? Like I had this conversation the other day. I'm like, what the hell did I do with my free time?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I do all the stuff I do now, but like, what did I do when I didn't have to okay, it's 3:30. I'm picking up the kid. This is what I'm doing now for the rest of the day. Like, what the heck?
No, I don't remember any of that. I'm just trying to get them into golf now so I can have an excuse to be out there hitting balls while they're doing whatever. So
my kiddo is super into the outdoors right now.
That's
So
awesome.
that's my second home. So we went. We were at Guadalupe Mountains National Park this past weekend, and the kiddo and I took a big boy hike and climbed Guadalupe Mountain or Guadalupe Peak, and have maps hung up on the wall. And our off season's a little less golf for the first time ever, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw some of those pictures on Facebook. Those are
There we go. I just texted those to MD. He works quickly. There we go. That's the top of Texas.
that's awesome.
Me and the kiddo. That's Kaylin. That's my daughter. And top of Texas this past Saturday. Sabrina went with us. She didn't go up the mountain with us, but she might have had the best time. She got 5 hours of quiet time sitting at the bottom of the mountain waiting for me and Kaylin.
Priceless.
Which, yeah, that's an invaluable time for her.
So we came down the mountain and she was in a great mood. It was amazing.
How was everyone's Thanksgivings?
Oh, quiet and uneventful. You guys good? Yeah.
Same, did nothing. Yeah.
Cooked a turkey, had a gummy. Life was great.
I love how formal we're doing. What are you doing in the off season? How was your Thanksgiving?
Anyone watching doing anything good?
Yes.
You guys doing anything fun for Christmas? You guys doing anything fun for Thanksgiving? Well, you can just watch us talk. I don't give a shit.
Exactly. Bring it up.
I mean, guys, there's no golf tournaments right now, so I got to talk about something.
Yes, exactly. And as we tie our real lives back into golf, we're talking a little bit about our traveling that we did in 2024 tonight. We're not going to keep you very long. We're just going to ramble on for 15 or 20 minutes here, and we're gonna recap our personal 2024 golf seasons. Kind of in the next 20 minutes. You know, where'd we go? What'd we like? MD's got some graphics.
I have your guys. I didn't really create a top 10 list. Pretty much every place that's probably going to end up on the list is someplace I was there with you. I did play a couple of places in South Carolina. I played some places in Missouri and some other places this year. But Travis and I, if there's travel, Travis and I are typically attached at the hip. So like, if he's going somewhere, I'm going somewhere.
So before we start rambling on about everywhere we played in 2024, let's talk 2025 for 30 more seconds. Monster Day 2025, open for registration. stxamtour.golf. There is a exclusive link on the homepage. It is in size 100 font, color red, bold. Can't miss it. It is the only place that you can sign up for Monster Day 2025. It's through the newsletter and the one link on the homepage. It is exclusive to our database right now. And it is getting ready to go global. It will be in the Alamo City Golf Trail newsletter this week. And as MD said in the intro, it's 60% full already, and we've got 3.5 weeks to go. It will sell out before Christmas. It is a hard cap of 60 teams. It's just over 30 teams right now, somewhere in 35, 36 region. Monster Day is awesome. 2-person scramble, super long, super hard, super cold. January 5th, 8 a.m. shotgun, open for registration. Sign up now. It is going to sell out. It's a really cool event. MD, Brad, you guys play in Monster Day. Certainly one of the more unique events of the year.
It's freaking double points too, so I'm definitely playing that.
Yes,
exactly. Yeah,
absolutely.
Well,
you can't win them all if you don't win the first one.
Yeah,
right.
I'm only playing it because it's a tour event. I'm gonna play every single one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing every tour event no matter what. That's just kind of my life, anyways. But like, I mean, Monster Day is so much fun.
But
I agree completely.
What an appropriate course too. You know, Mission del Lago. I mean, that's a tough course to begin with. Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to have a second Monster Day somehow with those cedar greens.
I was about to say,
that
can get rough.
So Monster Day,
that's Nightmare Day.
This is the 13th Monster Day.
Dang,
that's crazy.
How crazy is that?
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
When Monster Day is kind of a spin-off of like a Superintendent's Revenge type of tournament, right? That's where Monster Day came from.
Yeah. Nothing in the bunker. We're not putting toilet seats that you have to tee off from or any of that stuff. But.
Right, exactly. Nothing quirky. It's still golf per se. It's a scramble, right? But it's still golf, right? And the reason why we chose Mission 13 years ago is because a busy day at Mission del Lago in 2010 was 50 people.
Yeah.
It's slightly different now.
So you can do dumb shit like Monster Day at Mission del Lago, and now golf is a different world post pandemic and post COVID and blah blah blah. But
Mission del Lago is also one of the top 3 courses in the trail now.
It's Clint Bach. Awesome job, Clint Bach and his team, and the Rock and G Grill down there, and on
the grill's freaking amazing.
Mission del Lago, maybe not so much a hidden gem anymore.
It's certainly not a hidden gem.
Yes,
it's just a gem.
When I first moved to San Antonio, I think I said this before, but I would not play Monster Day. I mean, not Monster Day, Mission del Lago. I would not. I mean, it was just so. It was so tough, and it was the drive. But now it's like every single time I play it, I appreciate it more and more, and it is an amazing course. I mean, it is a good challenge.
It is
I don't.
certainly it is right there with Cedar Creek as the
Oh,
best layout on
Yeah,
the
I agree.
trail.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it more now.
I mean, I didn't even know Mission really existed for a long time.
Mm,
Like, I didn't play enough tour events. Like, I started playing on the tour in 2013, but I
yeah.
didn't play a lot of events. And I remember I signed up for I think I signed up Monster Day 2014 or 2015, something like that. And I drove out there. I'm like, I had no idea this course existed.
MD is part of one of those top 5 tour memories for me. And that memory was at Mission Del Lago.
Oh God.
And it is the Jonathan Aiken calf sleeve story. And it's such a good story. We're not going to tell it now because we're going to get into golf across the country. But if you're ever at a tour event and it's the end of the day and you want to hear a good story, ask MD about the Jonathan Aiken calf sleeve story from Mission Del Lago. Is a great one. MD, with that being said, I'll kick it back over to you to talk about 2024 across the country.
I mean, 2024 across the country, guys. If you know the core ambassador group, if you know myself, Trav, Brad, those guys. Jason Bird, Casey Graham, the usual suspects.
Dustin Hassan used to be
before he
disappeared.
RIP. But we are one of those guys. We're a group of guys that are like, hey, we don't have a tour event this weekend. Should we fly somewhere and go play golf?
You whip open the Southwest app and you go, I have just enough points to go here. What can we do here?
Like when we were talking about going to Orlando next month to go to the freaking PGA show, I opened up my app. I'm like, I got enough points and the flights are on sale right now. Okay, this is perfect. Sure, let's go.
That's exactly what MD said when in the text message thread back. In for Orlando, promo code applied.
Like Southwest was like monitoring my text messages. They're like, this motherfucker needs a discount code. Cool, let's send him something.
Push him over the edge.
He's flying enough with us. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But we are very fortunate that the people in our lives that maybe control our day-to-days a little bit more than we'd like to admit, whether it's kids, whether it's wives, girlfriends, what have you, they tend to be pretty cool with us picking up and just jetting off. Now, we do typically take very quick trips. We do have those, 5 to 12 day trips that we have taken, tour travels, and some trips like that. But typically we do a 2 or 3 day trip somewhere. We'll play 36, 70. I mean, we'll play a lot of golf in a very short time frame.
Yes. We're very good. We're very good at maximizing time within that short period of time. From
Jason Bird
flight to car to practice to golf, flight home.
Jason Bird and Travis, from a logistics standpoint of planning this kind of trip out, and I'll even add Brad to it because I think when we talk a little bit about some of the other trips, the execution, like we're a group of guys that say, hey, we're gonna meet at the car at 6:30. Our group is at the car at 6:25. Yeah. Just trying to see who's going to be last to show up early.
Yeah, right. And it's almost comical how the vehicle starts at 6:28 and one door closes at 6:20 at 6:29,
and we're pulling out of the parking lot at 6:30.
It's always me, and part of me started it just because that's how I work down to the minute like that a lot. And then it turned into something that felt cocky to do, right? So now it's like, hey, if we're leaving at 7:05, I'm there at 7:04:52. You know, like just
Yeah.
right on the money.
Like
I
you
love
want to
that.
yell at him like, "Hey, we're running late," and he's like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm right on time. We're moving right now."
That is a negative. Yeah, exactly, right?
That is the exact statement. He's like, "So I'm not fucking late. It is 6:30 on the dot. We are pulling out right now. I am not late."
It
And
is.
I'm like, "It feels close.
Because it's right on the money,
It's
right?
on the money." But we have the great fortune of obviously being able to travel, but also having Travis in his PGA membership, and we have built up relationships with courses across the country that we've been fortunate enough to be able to go out to a lot of different places. We play some private places, but the ideal goal here is to cross off the top 100 public courses list. And so
we
that's
use the Golf Digest top 100 places you can play list as
Yep.
kind of our measuring stick, what have you, when we look for places to play.
The public courses, right? The
Yeah,
public
the
courses.
places
Yes,
you can
public
play
courses.
is the name of the list. The places
Yeah.
you can play.
Now,
There are
now,
private courses on the list
yes.
that allow access through like a stay and play only.
Yes.
But
And then there
yes,
are some places where it's just it's a public course, but if we talk like Shadow Creek, for example, Shadow Creek is public, but 10 rounds a day maybe they see because
and
of their
you
price
have
point.
to be staying at
And you have to be at the
XYZ
MGM.
hotel to gain access.
Yeah.
It's public. Anybody can do it when you follow the policies and procedures that
Sure.
that come with it. Like even Whistling Straits, right?
Yeah.
We talk
Straits,
about
Beau
we talk
Rivage.
about Kohler so much, right? Like, so casually we talk about Kohler, right? But Whistling Straits is $1,000 round of golf,
Man.
right? And it's number 4 on the top 100 list, the Straits courses. And we talk about it so casually, and MD hit it right on the head. We develop relationships, bringing groups across the country, and we come back or scout on the front end, and it was really neat. And MD wanted to talk about that on the show tonight. What our favorites were, where we played this year, our overall top courses, and then we can talk a little bit about where we're going in 2025.
Yeah. And I think the other nice thing for us too, and why we can get away with some of the shit we get away with, is because we're also good freaking golfers that show up. We're not hacks that are coming out to go play a course and take 6 hours to go play. Like, we go out and play. We play from the furthest tips, or we play from the furthest tee box as possible. We all play really good. Like, we can have a caddy validate we aren't pieces of shit just messing around.
You know what? You're exactly right. There's a couple things that go a long way at a golf course. For example, when you return your golf cart, throw away your own damn trash. Right?
For sure.
Don't sneak in your booze and liquor. You know, sometimes we're rolling into those places as operators, right? We're guests that are, they're welcoming us to their facility because of the industry we all work in together, right? And we MD's right. We built those relationships. We do the right things. We shake the right hands, and when those people are here, we open our doors to them as well, right? Yep. But MD, you said you didn't have a list. So
I don't.
Perfect. Let's start with you.
Because you don't have a list,
I can give you my top.
Let's do your top 3, and let's really make it your top 4, because we're gonna kick Shadow Creek out.
Okay, so no, I can't. I can't.
Shitload about Shadow Creek tonight, and Shadow Creek. I've decided that Shadow Creek is one of one on its own fucking list. Nothing can compare, right? Nothing can compare, and that was validated for me today when we got Jason Bird's list, and even the elite amateur that is Jason Bird was moved by his experience at Shadow Creek.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you want my. It's really you want my top 5 then, because Shadow Creek is obviously.
Yeah, Shadow Creek is 1, right?
Shadow Creek is 1,
and Whistling Straits is 2.
Yeah, Whistling Straits is always going to be my second pick. I love the Straits course.
Right, and
that
was one of your favorite rounds was the Ryder Cup tees, shooting even that day. Blah blah blah.
I love that. I loved Cascada.
Wow, fascinating. Cascada in Henderson, Nevada, a top 100 property on the Golf Digest places you can play list. Somewhere around number 60 on the list, I think.
Yep.
A Caesars property. Must be staying at a Caesars hotel to gain access there. I'm personally good friends with the general manager there. We were in the same professional golf management class in Big Rapids, Michigan together.
That's cool.
Fun. I love it there. I've played there a bunch. Checking in at number 3 on MD's top 5 list, Cascada. It is definitely the number 2 course in Las Vegas and the Las Vegas area behind Shadow Creek. It goes Shadow Creek, Cascada, like bam bam right there.
Yeah.
And you can't play them on the same trip. Because one's an MGM property and one's a Caesars property, and you got to switch fucking hotels.
Yeah, unless you go, I'm staying at MGM tonight. I'm staying over here tomorrow.
You have to move. Yes.
Mm.
Okay. All right. That's a great top 3. Shadow Creek, Whistling Straits, Cascada. Great top 3.
I will. Number 4 would probably be Ocean Course at Kiowa. That's a Pete Dye.
Yep.
And I love Pete Dye design.
Pete Dye on your list. Yeah.
Always going to be a lot of Pete Dye. Fazio just friggin' hates me, but I love contours. So it's fine when I have the contours figured out. And then if for the year, if it's, I mean, is Broadmoor private or is Broadmoor public?
Broadmoor is public.
Broadmoor. Then it has to be Broadmoor.
Is ultra bougie, ultra high-end resort.
Like it, I felt, and I said this, I felt uncomfortable there because of how fancy it was. That was my only criticism was this place is way too fancy for me.
Yeah, you definitely. MD was anxious.
Yeah.
MD was anxiously fidgeting between like the driving range and the putting green and the caddy shack and the first tee.
Because we were surrounded by like these Colorado aristocrats.
Yeah, and they all had fucking loafers on with their pleats and their dress pants.
Like and I'm excited to get I'm excited to go in and go buy like a Grayson shirt. And like, oh man, I have like 5 or 6 Grayson shirts. I'm feeling good. These guys are like, wipe my ass with Grayson.
Yeah.
Like they're all just beautiful people and have a lot of money. And I'm
Broadmoor. Years ago, I played at Broadmoor on a really cool golf trip with Jason Casey and Dustin Hassan. We flew into Denver and we played Red Sky Ranch, 2 courses up in the mountains up near Aspen. And then we drove through the center of the state down to Colorado Springs and played Broadmoor before we flew out.
Nice.
I mean, we didn't play it this year, but I would still, even from a Colorado standpoint, Rain Dance National, I think, is in my top 10, top 12 maybe. I really, really liked Rain Dance. I feel like that was a very underrated course on our list. Only because it's a newer course.
And you know what? It'll be a high-end daily fee course in the Denver metropolitan area, but it'll never get national publicity.
No.
You'll always be able to get on it, and it'll always be reasonably priced. And I liked its sister course. What was that?
Pelican Bay or Pelican Bay or whatever it was down this.
Pelican Lakes. No, Pelican Falls.
Lakes. Pelican Falls.
Pelican Falls.
It had a pelican. There was a big ass pelican. I remember that.
Yes. We have contribution from Jason Bird tonight. Is that accurate?
That is accurate. I can start.
Jason's
let me see.
Not here to defend himself, so I feel like really making fun of him right now. Let's see his list. The quality of pixels from an IT professional like Jason Bird.
It is embarrassing on his part.
It's terrible. Okay. All right.
Pebble Beach.
Number one on the list is Pebble Beach. And on the top 100 list, number one is also.
Oh, you know what? I apologize. This is list one of like 3 he provided.
Okay.
So let me do this. I'm gonna put Brad's up, and then we'll harass Bird.
Okay, let's talk about Brad.
Okay,
ladies and gentlemen, Brad Gilbert's top 10 golf courses
with the state, and he even that's a damn fine list right there.
So it's funny because I didn't do a lot of traveling this year, and the only traveling I did was to the state of Vegas with you guys twice.
All right.
Oh my God, you did go with us twice.
You were certainly in a state in Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
The state of Vegas.
I'm not going to change it. That's on purpose.
You should.
But yeah, obviously Shadow Creek, Spyglass Hill Spyglass was probably the coolest golf experience. I mean, it's just a pure golf course, super hard, super awesome layout. I mean, it was just. Oh, and well, let me clarify first that this is not from this year because I didn't do a lot of traveling, so I just put my top 10 overall.
This is
all time
courses you've played, your top 10 experiences.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so Spyglass was amazing. It was number one for the longest time before Shadow Creek. Sawgrass, I'm at number 17 at Sawgrass. I literally watched someone put about 18 balls in the water before I teed off. And I knocked it to about 10 feet and missed the putt, but made par on 17 at Sawgrass. So that was pretty cool. After putting for an eagle on 16. So that was pretty cool.
God, you're so much better than Jason.
No. But I will just mention also, Pebble Beach it's just a cool experience, especially, those first couple of holes and number 18. I mean, it's just amazing finishing hole. And I will say Cascada was amazing, like we talked about, but I got the unique pleasure of not only playing all 18 from tee to green, I also got to see holes like 14 through 8 from green to tee again. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
We were looking for a phone, so we were driving backwards.
Listen, I want you to know I didn't know what you were talking about because that was Coyote Springs.
Yeah, it was Coyote. Yeah, it was Coyote Springs, but I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Happened at Coyote Springs.
Well, in my mind, it happened at Cascada. But
Cascada, the Rams were just like walking up to the green, like
that's right. That's right. Yeah. No, but I just wanted to get that story in there somehow. But
that's what I figured. That's exactly what I figured was happening.
But then I did a golf trip to Paynes Valley and played Buffalo Ridge, Ozarks, and Paynes Valley, all great courses. Buffalo Ridge was probably my favorite course.
Really?
Of the 3,
What about the par 3 course? Everyone says the par 3 course there is cool.
Yeah, so there's the par 3 course, Top of the Rock. It was it Top of the Rock? No, there's 2 par 3 courses, and I can't remember the name of the other one. But the one at Ozarks National, it's okay. It's not nothing special. But there's another par 3 course in Branson. Man, I hate that I can't remember the name. But it was literally like it looked like you were at Augusta. White sand. It was Branson, Missouri.
What did you make on the 19th hole at Paynes Valley?
Oh, parred the 19th hole. Yeah. And that was a cool experience because we had a group of 8 people or 7 people, and they let us wait for them to get there. So we're all 7 of us were on the 19th tee box and hitting shots. I mean, it was really cool.
That's really fun.
Yeah, it was just a cool experience. And then Let me get back here. TPC Summerlin was amazing. I had a really good time there. And then the Cascades Golf Course, I played that a long time ago. It was probably about 15 years ago now. But it was the first mountain course that I played in Virginia, and it was.
I mean, that's a fantastic property.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was really cool. I wasn't a good golfer at the time. Probably, I'm still not a good golfer, but I was a lot worse
Yes,
then.
you are. Stop.
Shut your whore mouth.
But it was pretty tough, but it was still super fun. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's my top 10.
Wow.
I think that's pretty damn stout.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I can't wait for Tour Travels to add to that list because Whistling Straits, Erin Hills.
Yes. So 4 top 100 golf courses: the Straits course, the River course, the Irish course, and the Meadow Valleys course are going to fall somewhere in this graphic.
Can't wait. Yeah. Cannot wait.
I mean, I felt bad, to be honest, not having the Rish or having the River course or Meadows. I felt bad not having them in my top 5. Like that to me felt crazy.
The Straits course will be in your top 5.
100%.
Right?
100%.
And then the River course will be somewhere in that next 3. And then you got to figure out the Irish course and the Meadow Valleys course are super nice, right?
I think he'll like the Rish. I think he'll like the Rish more than he likes Meadows.
What's that?
I think he'll like the Rish more than he likes Meadows. Is my guess.
They're also different too. Which is one of the coolest.
All different personalities.
Being there.
Yeah.
Like you go to Stream Song and all 3 courses are like very similar, right? The place in Missouri is very different too, so I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Where you go to a place like Bandon, and man, maybe they feel similar.
Yeah,
they definitely have some similarities.
Yeah.
So
right.
It is nice.
We made fun of Jason's list.
Yes, same crap quality, but here we go. So coming in at number 1, Shadow Creek, not surprising. Chambers Bay at number 2. Okay.
He raves and raves about.
He does talk a lot about Chambers Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I also love the River course. That was my number 1 for a long time. Like that is just a hard fucking golf course. Oh, it's just hard.
I mean,
I love that y'all like Cascada so much.
You and I at River course, you and I had an epic fight this year.
Yeah, we tied.
That came down to the no, I beat you on 18.
Oh, you beat me by 1. I love when you beat me by 1 by making a putt or we tie. Because if we tie, nobody gets angry. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, I didn't care one way or the other. I was like, every round I've played at the River course, I've been at like even par, maybe 1 or 2 over going into 16, and 16 is where I historically go make a nice triple and ruin my day. And I played it as safe and as smart as possible. And then we got to 18 and I magically made a birdie to shoot 1 under.
That was a weird golf trip. We never synced up. You know, I mean, it's kind of funny to say it like that, right? But we never all got engaged at the same time. So there was always somebody who wasn't in it.
Yeah.
And that particular round that MD's talking about, MD and I were in it, and Bird and Casey were out.
They didn't care. And you and I were locked in. And then the next day, it's like, I don't give a shit what's going on. Back to Bird's list. Cascada at number 4, really cool. Straight score. And again, 6, 7, and 8 are freaking fantastic. And we didn't even talk about those. I mean, it's crazy to think how many good places we played where Fallen
Oak is 6 on the list.
Donald Ross and Pete. I'm surprised he put Donald Ross in front of the Pete Dye.
I also do as well. We might not see them on my list because they're a little further down my list. I'm super super douchey on my list, but I'm shocked at his 10, 11, 12. Jason's played a lot of very cool places.
He's played a lot.
And to see daily fee golf courses, not high-end resorts, but mid-level daily fee golf courses like the Preserve.
Yeah.
And Coyote Springs. Coyote Springs is $100 round of golf in Las Vegas. That is a dime a dozen.
But you know what? Like, again, it's nice to go out to a course. I mean, when we played there were 10 people on the golf course.
It is also the best practice facility. It's my favorite practice facility, Coyote Springs.
It beats out Fallen Oak? Really? Let's change the phrase. And my fault. I think we need to have a top. We need a top 10 practice range.
Driving range.
Okay. Okay. I agree with that.
My favorite practice facility.
Okay.
And there's a difference, right?
There is a huge difference. Huge difference.
Nothing crazy on Jason Bird's top 10 list. TPC Vegas cracking his top 10. Now he did straight public, because like TPC Summerlin's not on here. TPC Colorado not on here.
Here's his I'm better than you list. I don't know what this one is actually.
This is
a different list.
This is places he's played ranked by the Golf Digest top 100 list. He has played. He has played the top 10. That's why he sent this graphic.
That's why he said that. Okay. How many? You said you did. I've played 30. I think I played 35 of the top 100. I think you're at 39 and Bird's at 37.
And Jason played 39.
39. Okay.
I'm at 10.
Oh, got some catching up to do.
Yeah,
He's gonna knock.
We got some traveling coming up.
Exactly.
You're gonna knock out a good bit of it come toward travels.
Nice.
Okay, I got a minute and a half, and I will go over my top 10, and then I will kick it back to look at the quality of this graphic, folks.
That is how you create a graphic.
Wow. Okay, this is my top 15. I didn't fully understand the assignment.
That you assigned.
The top 3 on my list here are super cool total experiences. Shadow Creek, the Kohler experience, and then Fallen Oak. Spend the whole day there, pay the green fee, get the sticker shock out of the way 2 months in advance, and just bougie it up and enjoy it. Put on the fucking bathrobe and enjoy it, right? And it's worth it. It's worth it. I still smile and giggle to myself saying, oh, is the turf grass real or is it fake at Shadow Creek, right? Like it makes me giggle, right? And the river course is my childhood favorite. It's where I learned to play. Fallen Oak was my best new course played last year in 2023. I absolutely love it. It debuted on my list at number 2. Broadmoor, the East course. I love Paco Ridge up in Albuquerque. It is the host site of the first ever tour travels trip. Pre-COVID. 12 of us went to Paco Ridge, and it kind of sparked something where we were like, maybe we could do this.
Nice.
Edgewood up in Tahoe is maybe
the
best greens on this list. And this list is stupid
good. A lot of good greens on this list.
This list is stupid good, and Edgewood might have the best on here. Edgewood or Broadmoor?
Broadmoors are great. When Broadmoors are early in the season and they're not beat from a full season of play, they're great. Shadow Creek was so pure because they get 8 rounds a day.
Yeah.
Whistling Straits is Whistling Straits. I loved Torrey Pines. We played there on my 40th birthday. I loved Torrey Pines. Jason Bird shot even too that day. I played with the same golf ball the week before the Farmers. The rough was
Nice.
stupid. It was great. Kiawah Island was the first real golf course I traveled to play. That I did research on, that I paid a green fee to go play. I was in college. It was great.
Kiowa is one of those places. Like I've been going, my parents and my family's been going to Hilton Head for 30 plus years. And Kiowa is just, especially the ocean course. It has to be the ocean course.
And then maybe the best golf course on the list is Grizzly Ranch.
Really?
Not a lot of facility there. Pro Shop is like the size of a broom closet. No food and beverage. Kind of a community golf course. Fell out of the top 100 on the Golf Digest list in 2023. It was on there in the 80s in 2021. But pound for pound, badass golf course. In the Reno area, in California, actually. Really, really hidden gem. That's the hidden gem on the list. Everywhere else is like super mainstream, right? And a Grizzly Ranch is kind of my hidden gem on the list there. Cascada falls just out of the top 10 for me. Maybe because I've played it a bunch.
Yeah, I think you played it enough where you don't have the awe factor of walking into that clubhouse.
Right, like
a freaking waterfall running through it. Like
Right. Okay, that's exactly what I was just gonna say. The driving range kind of hits up the mountain, and then coming down the mountain is this waterfall. It crashes down, and the waterfall creates this creek, and the creek makes an island around the putting green and a little pond there, and then it waterfalls into the clubhouse. And like the double doors that open when you come into the clubhouse open up to a catwalk bridge,
and by the way,
that goes over the waterfall. It's
when
the
he says
best clubhouse
the door,
ever.
and when he says the double doors open up, what he means is when you drive your cart into the clubhouse.
Yeah,
that was freaking nuts. I was so caught off guard by that.
Then the Pete Dye course at French Lick, TPC Summerlin's on the list just because the course conditions are they're pool tables in the off season. It's stupid how good they are. Mammoth Dunes is probably the most fun golf course on the list.
It's such a cool experience there.
And the same thing with Streamsong Black. Mammoth Dunes in northern Wisconsin and Streamsong Black in central Florida are essentially the same golf course. 100-yard wide fairways, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000 square foot greens. Just ginormous playing surfaces. No reason to lose a golf ball.
Yeah.
Right? Fun to play. So that's my top 15. I'd love to chit chat with anybody about that. Love to hear about your golf experiences. 2025, MD and I have a new course right off the bat in Orlando. We're going to
starting out early.
We're going to stay at Shingle Creek in Orlando. We'll give you some reviews on that golf resort. We'll also bring you some live product reviews and some videos from the 2025 PGA show. South Texas Amateur Golf Tour will be there representing.
I am so excited to go back to the show. I haven't been there since maybe 2015 when I was on staff with
excited
Puma
to hang out with you on Tuesday before I sit in
Yes.
education classes for 10 hours on Wednesday.
If you only knew how angry Cindy is, because she's like, you don't even see shit and you go buy it. What's going to happen when you walk around the floor and know it's coming? I'm like, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a real problem.
Well, so first quarter we have Orlando. Second quarter we have Tour Travels back to Kohler, which will bring us to TPC Wisconsin again, which was on nobody's list. But again, it's a private, ultra
It's just
hard
mean.
Yeah, ultra hard.
It's mean.
Can't wait.
Just a hard golf course. But then Destination Kohler is Tour Travels. And then MD and I will have a fall trip up to Reno, probably with Bradley Gilbert and Jason Bird.
Get out to Edgewood, play some golf.
A couple days at Edgewood. Edgewood's very nice to PGA members.
Nice.
And it is one of those cool places to just practice all day.
Yeah.
A putting green is right on the lake there. Yeah, a really cool place. And then somewhere in the winter next year, to be determined yet.
Yeah, we'll end up somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know. We've talked about Quintero for a little bit. The only Arizona course on the top 100 list.
Mhm.
It's dry heat.
Torrey Pines is always such an awesome fall, early winter option.
I'd
San
love to do
Diego's-
Tobacco Road in the fall.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I would like to play a little bit more in the cold, but I mean, I think I'll say this, Brad. I know Travis has got trips. If you want to go somewhere for the weekend and go play golf, or you want to go somewhere, just let me know.
Yeah, by all means, I got 4 next year, and that's it. Because
I am gonna weekend trip all over the place with Kaylin.
we've got 5 national parks booked for next year already.
Nice. That's
And
cool.
listen, if you look carefully under the tour marketing, are national park maps hanging on the wall under the tour banners. So
And you can see the spot where they recover Travis's body. He falls off the ledge.
satellite phone engage.
Satellite phone engaged. That's why Travis has a solar panel charged.
I do.
like-
I have a battery bank, a power bank, a solar charging power bank in conjunction with my satellite texting. In theory, MD should be able to come get me wherever, right?
That is certainly a theory.
With that being said, guys, we travel all across the country. Use us as a resource.
Bring us with you.
We want to help you play cool places and have a good time doing it. Pick our brains. Chances are we've heard of it. Chances are we've been there or been close or researched it. Maybe even have some connections. So we certainly love to chit chat with you at tour events coming up about traveling. Humbly, we're pretty good at it.
Very good.
We're pretty good at it. So we can give you our tips and pointers.
And if you decide to sign up for a Southwest card, let us know so we can refer you.
Exactly.
Because
correct. We'll
that
happily
is
send you that referral.
The official travel sponsor of the tour.
Brad Gilbert, if you throw Shadow Creek out and the Greater Hill Country Division out, your favorite course of 2024?
Briggs Ranch.
Oh,
Briggs was
really
great.
Cool.
Yeah. So
really
close.
cool. That would make Micah's day, and he'd
Yeah.
have a tough month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Briggs was fantastic.
Yeah, I played it like maybe 15, 16 years ago, and I didn't remember any of it. But the fact that we got to play, I mean, it was an amazing course, but we played 36 holes in one day and finished the last hole in dark. I mean, that is the perfect day. So,
Yeah. Oh man, that's so cool.
yeah,
I
for
mean-
sure, Briggs Ranch.
I never played it. That was it certainly became my favorite golf course in Texas
Yeah, yeah,
without a problem.
For
Like
sure.
it certainly sits inside, I would say, my top 25. But it was certainly one of the most fun courses, especially coming off of Vegas. And we just played amazing golf back to back to back. And then we come home and immediately get to go play Briggs.
yeah, for sure.
So
it made a
that
big-
was fantastic.
And it made a big difference playing from the tips, the first 18, and then we moved up one for the second 18. So it's now you kind of know the course more, and it's not as punishing. And that was just, I mean, it was a whole lot of fun. It was just an awesome day.
MD, same question. Kick out.
Real quick though, I want to address Bart. Bart, Greater Hill Country will not be reoccurring. We are not bringing back that division. We've kind of renewed some partnerships with the trail, and that's where we're putting the focus this year is in that core tour trail relationship. So everything back on the trail. We will still have a pro division that we'll be doing, but Hill Country is no more. Travis, sorry.
Okay. Well, thank you. Great question. Thanks for watching, Doc Wilson. Bart, thank you, sir.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, where were we at?
Your favorite
You were-
course this year?
MD
Minus
MD minus
MD.
Shadow Creek.
Nice.
Favorite course 2024. Let's be more specific for you. Favorite new course.
favorite new course.
So you can't choose Fallen Oak.
Yeah, I can't. I
Right?
can't choose Fallen Oak. I
You
can't choose.
can't
Any.
choose Whistling
Um,
Straits. You can't choose Fallen Oak. You can't choose
Does it-
Shadow Creek.
Does it have to be based on the course itself, or can I associate it to just being a great?
Yeah.
Okay, Sultan's Run.
Oh, that was gonna be mine.
Mm.
Damn it. That was going to be my hidden gem of 2024.
That was-
Jasper, Indiana. Sultan's Run.
The best $60 golf course you'll ever play in your life.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, buddy. And honestly, the reason why it sits in my mind as like my favorite memory trip is because of you and I going to play that afternoon after the round. We
That
went
was-
back at
that
like
was-
5 o'clock and just had a dick around round that was so much fun.
That was my favorite day of tour travels was the Sultan's Run Tuesday, the day before. 16 of the 20 tour travels golfers arrived a day early, and we played the morning. All 16 played a morning round, and then like 12 people played an afternoon round, and 10 of those guys went and did something else together. And then that afternoon, I think I played golf in the morning.
You played golf. You came back to the hotel because you and I both sat in the hot tub.
We played golf. I got a massage. I sat in the hot tub. I had Culver's. I had like a 2-hour practice session, and then MD and I played 9 holes from the red tees as the sun
Playing-
was setting.
Not only did we play the red tees, but we were also playing par 3, 120 yards. You have to hit your 7-wood here for the entire hole. Like,
Yes,
We
we
were-
were
and-
calling your shot, just having
and we were
fun.
making pars and shit,
Right.
just screwing around, and that was like, what the, like that was fun as all get out, and it's good practice too. Like it's just legitimately good practice. But it was my favorite memory of the year for golf.
That's cool.
Actually, I take that back. I think coming down 18 at Shadow was probably my favorite moment of the year. But that Sultan's Run is my favorite course.
I think my favorite moment at Shadow Creek was striping 7-wood immediately after you said, "I hate my 7-wood."
I said that a lot. I said it. And yet I still,
You hit it at River. It was.
still-
it was the
I still shot
beginning-
80.
It
It was
was the
fine.
beginning of the end at River Crossing too.
oh my God. Yeah, that 7-wood is just, I tell you what, there's a high lofted 5-wood about to make a reappearance in my bag. And yeah, we'll see. We'll have to get with Ian at some point because obviously the new line of equipment, and everyone knows I am the equipment whore. So we will have to get with Ian to talk about the Epic line. Is it? It's not Epic. It just looks like the Epic. It's Elite.
Elite.
The Elite. ELYTE. I am looking forward to seeing that. I don't need another driver. I don't need anything. We don't. But my God, it's a real problem. It is my goal this season, my New Year's resolution, and we could talk more about this. I know I'm taking up time, but my New Year's resolution is I traded in some stuff. So I ordered a 5-wood. I have 260 degrees, 254s coming in to cover me for next year because I traded in stuff and I like to switch out wedges every 4 to 6 months. And I am planning to not buy any golf clubs next year. That is my goal. My goal is to play with the same set of irons, same everything from day one till the end of the year. I made it almost to mid-February last year when I said this. So
Yeah.
I'm aiming for March, April when I crumble. But I got a real problem with, it's a new release. I want it in my bag this weekend for the tournament. There's nothing I like more than making a dramatic change in my bag the day before a golf tournament. I have a real problem with that.
We do it a lot with putters.
I do it with putters. I don't do it so much with drivers. I've done it plenty with irons. Wedges and fairway woods tend to stay safe. But again, I'm happy with the putter. I spent way too much money on that set of Callaway irons, but they were worth every single penny. And I mean, I went back. I not only did I move away from my smoke, which I love, I went back a couple of years and went back to the Rogue.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my goal is to not change equipment.
But in my opinion, if we're just measuring year to year, it's so close. The technology's so close. Just find the one that dials in you just a touch better. Is that 2 years ago? Is it this year? Is it last year? Is it Callaway pre-owned? Is it Rogue? Whatever. Who cares? Just find the one that can dial in that spin rate 30 cycles lower for you.
Like, I am literally at the point where I just go try and hit stuff to go find. I don't care if it's 10 years old or if it's 2 months old. If I see it make that much of an improvement, it is worth the investment to me because that is the level I'm trying to play at. And this tour makes it so that is a requirement of me. I have to play at an elite level. And it is what it is.
Best value golf course 2024 Sultan's Run, Jasper, Indiana. Best
that is the place to go.
Golf course for me would be I'm gonna cop out a little bit, and I'm gonna say French Lick. And there's 3 courses at French Lick, and if you have a weekend. It is a direct flight from Austin to Louisville. I don't think there is one from San Antonio, but there's one from Austin. And it is a little over an hour, I think, from Louisville to French Lick, Indiana. And there's 2 courses in the top 100 on the places you can play list. The Pete Dye course just hosted the major for not the Peach.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
The developmental.
The Corn
league.
Ferry. It's the Corn Ferry.
I didn't mean to call that the developmental league. I apologize to golf professionals everywhere. I'm sorry. The Corn Ferry. They just held the Pete Dye. The Pete Dye course.
Yeah, Pete Dye course had it.
Just held the Corn Ferry Championship.
Yep.
Then they have the Donald Ross course, and then they have a 9-hole kind of executive length course that's super fun.
Yeah, I mean, that was a fun
I had a
course.
blast there.
I mean, we were zooming around. Like, we played like an 8-some at one point.
So
there you go.
Really, really cool resort. Really easy to get to. And on nobody's radar.
Yeah.
It wasn't very busy.
It was not at all busy.
The weather was a little sketchy, but it was early. Beautiful property, some historic value, a place you can kind of go with the family maybe, and there's some food places and some. It was really good time.
Like, what I think about when I'm sitting there is how classy. like the Pete Dye course,
Yes.
Woodford Reserve that they etch and give you.
Yes.
And like those little things are just
The Pete Dye course at French Lick is in the top 20 on the list. It's way up there. It's very, very solid facility. And again, on nobody's radar. Really, really cool place. And then the golf course in 2024 that earned some credibility back in my mind. And again, I say this very humbly because at the end of the day, who am I? I'm just a dude. Right?
playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Right? And Wolf Creek in Mesquite, Nevada.
Yeah.
We were there last month, and I've played there a bunch. And I've always taken people there because it is a golf experience in its own, for sure, right? It is the video game meets real life facility, right?
Yeah.
Like, it is that one. If you asked me what golf course is most like a video game, I'd say Wolf Creek without skipping a beat.
Maybe the most stocked pro shop I've ever seen too.
And I've played there a bunch, and the last handful of times it hadn't been great. Course conditions weren't good. Really restricted on where you could play and what you could do and blah, blah, blah. And listen, full disclosure, I tried to weasel out of driving up there this past time. I got time at a different place. And I got talked into going back there again. And I of course agreed. And we played 14 of 18 back tee boxes were set.
Yep.
The course conditions were equally as good as any other $200 to $300 property I've been to. The MD hit it on the head. There was more merchandise in that pro shop than any other pro shop I've ever been in ever.
The amount of brands I saw was just mind-boggling.
It was almost spread the shirts on the rack and there are the boxes.
Yeah.
That's how full it felt.
I mean, it might have been the most time I've spent in a pro shop going through clothes.
So that's my bounce back course of 2024. I know that I say that a little tongue in cheek, but
snobby as shit.
I had a great time.
Congrats, Wolf Creek. You've made it back into my good graces.
Right. Stamp of approval.
They're at Wolf Creek right now. Everyone's going, oh my God,
we
did it. 2024 was a cool year. 2025 is going to be an awesome travel year. Back to Wisconsin. Can't wait. A whirlwind. We're going to be back on the air with you next week. MD hasn't given us.
I will tell you right now. It is going to be a Christmas special. We're going to talk.
I love the Christmas special edition.
Honestly, we will bring up golf at the beginning because we have to, but the rest of it is going to be us talking about our top Christmas movies, top Christmas songs.
Oh, fantastic.
I also want to get into what are the best types of decorations for a yard. It's just going to be a lot of Christmas. I'm going to be...
Brett, hold on.
And we do have a special giveaway.
Special giveaway?
Yeah.
Like and share. Brad Gilbert, when did you become a cast member full time? Was it before or after the Christmas special? Is this your first Christmas special?
Yeah, this will be the first.
This is his first Christmas special.
I didn't start until 2024. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We brought Brad into the Power Hour full time, I think, late spring, early summer, I feel like.
Sounds right. Yeah.
I honestly, it just all goes by so fast, I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
So it's literally, we've got the Christmas special edition next week. Then it's an off week for Christmas. And then we'll have a special time block that next week, whether it's Tuesday or Thursday yet, that's to be determined. But that's the
TBD.
Monster Day premiere edition.
And then the season starts.
And then the
And it
season
kicks
starts.
off. And at some point, we got to have a big blowout show of the South Texas match play video by our boy Danny.
Matchup Mayhem 2.0.
Matchup Mayhem.
A video documentary on the 2024 South Texas Match Play Challenge. We haven't heard a lot about it yet, but
It's been very quiet on the Danny front,
which means we're not bothering them either. So they're getting
which means they're deep into it, right?
Sure. For
They
sure.
also have a bunch of highlight reels to do for this guy and that guy and all. I mean, there's a bunch of us that have highlight reels
It's
too.
going to be really cool. And teaser in the newsletter next week, there are 2 open spots for Tour Travels 2025. The field, the trip roster has expanded a little bit, and there are 2 open spots. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. So stay tuned for more info on that. MD, I know we talked a little bit longer than we wanted to, but when we talk about traveling, we start to ramble a little bit.
Yeah, it's one of those things that just makes us so freaking happy. We could just talk about that all the time. But yeah, we did go a little long than we planned. That being said, when we go long, it means that we're having fun and that we're talking about a lot of good stuff. So it's not a bad thing. But everyone, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully you learned a little bit about some of the courses out and about this amazing country of ours. If you want to know more about these courses, questions, thoughts on good trips, ideas, stuff like that, come find us at these tournaments. Excited to come back next week with a Christmas special. That is going to be a lot of fun. I've got a couple of giveaways, some cool stuff. We will tease that more as we go. But guys, thank you for joining us. Everyone have a good night, and we will see you next Wednesday for Power Hour. Guys, have a good night and have a good weekend.
Thanks for watching, everybody.